After the fall down of FTX, many attentions and FOMOs have been raised on decentralized spot and perpetual trading exchanges. One of them is obviously Gains Network. Although there are many videos introducing the relatively complete product features and economic model of Gains Network, some people even say that Gains Network is a copy of GMX. Indeed, have you noticed the development history of it from Gains.farm version 2 to 6 till now? Then we need to go back in time to 2 years ago. You are now watching our Galaxy channel, where I believe Web3 is everyday changing our galaxy. On New Year's Day 2021, Seb, the founder of the DeFi derivatives exchange Gains.farm, transferred 5,000 GFARM tokens to a white hat hacker. This was because the hacker had alerted Gains.farm that there was a vulnerability in their contract, which could potentially result in the theft of all LP funds, about $2 million. Seb promised to reward the hacker with 5,000 GFARM tokens if they showed the vulnerable code, and as soon as he later discovered the code was indeed vulnerable, the hacker's attack had already begun. Seb quickly sold the 25% of GFARM tokens controlled by the development fund, later using this as capital to launch Gains.farm V2, and told community members to sell their LP assets. He then closed the trading function of Gains.farm on the same day. The next day, although the incident was expected to escalate, as the community began to protest, Seb announced the launch of a new smart contract, Gains.farm V2, with the same mode and token as V1, but with the added ability to monitor and pause transactions at any time. Did this event just blow over after that? Yes. Gains.farm V2 was officially launched on the 15th day after the incident. This time, GFARM tokens, GFARM2, were reissued, with a total supply reduced by about 100 times, which also means that the value increased by 100 times. Users could earn GFARM2 rewards by providing liquidity on Uniswap. NFTs were also reissued as transferable membership cards. The V2 mode was the same as before, with traders using GFARM tokens as collateral for leveraged trading, and liquidation occurring when losses exceeded 90%. In addition, traders holding corresponding NFTs could use leverage of 10 times or more, up to a maximum of 150 times, and act as liquidators, earning 10% of the liquidated position. Today's Gains network has been continuously iterated based on Gains.farm V2. The iterations of Gains.farm V2 were not many, and were mainly small adjustments made in response to the previous attack. For example, each block can handle up to 10 transactions, the team can pause new opening of trades, and the profits are limited to 400%, all of which are intended to prevent attacks. The core mechanism of V2 is to use GFARM as collateral. Essentially, this exchange only serves as a scene where GFARM is used or consumed. However, as small currencies are used as collateral, they are prone to liquidation due to price fluctuations. Therefore, the team has set up an additional mechanism to avoid this. Although GFARM is used as collateral, the position is priced in ETH. Let's skip the somewhat convoluted logic and look directly at the final result. When GFARM prices rise, relative to ETH, the proportion of GFARM in the position will be reduced, and vice versa. Less than a week after the launch of V2, their NFTs, claimed to be the world's first DeFi NFT with a real use case, were delisted by OpenSea. So they decided to build their own NFT exchange and adopt an auction model. Each bid requires putting ETH into a pool, and when someone offers a higher price, it will be returned to them, but with a 5% fee, and finally when the NFT is sold, the highest bidder will receive 25% of the fee, flowing into the GFARM staking pool on Uniswap. So at this point, Gains.farm's business revolves around leveraged trading as its core, with additional services including an NFT exchange and GFARM2 staking. However, it is important to note that all of these businesses are built around the GFARM token, rather than the other way around where GFARM token serves as the business. After V2 was launched, a trading competition was introduced, but its effect was mediocre, with only 160+ transactions in the first 3 days, and a market value of only $600,000. Thus, the Gains team quickly began a path of at least 2 weeks of iteration. After 1 month of launching V2, the community provided feedback that the Ethereum fees were too high, not only gas fees, but also transaction fees, as a single Chainlink price feed transaction cost $3. Ultimately, the cost of each transaction exceeded $24, making it unsuitable for derivatives trading. After communicating with the community, the team decided to switch to Layer 2 and ultimately chose Polygon. In less than a month, a testnet was launched, and by April, Polygon was officially launched, with the cost of each transaction reduced to $0.001. Gains then experienced a huge surge, with 317 transactions in the first 24 hours and a trading volume of $8.6 million. Furthermore, the Gains team continually adjusted their positioning, recognizing that cryptocurrency was just the beginning and that they plan to expand into stocks, forex, and commodities in the future. The Gains team realized that the name Gains.farm could easily be mistaken for just a token release farm instead of a derivatives exchange. Therefore, in October 2021, they took a direct step and renamed the platform to Gains Network. However, their focus remains unchanged. All business is centered around the GFARM token, but now they are beginning to lay out a product matrix. gTrade is the first product of Gains Network, essentially the same as the previous Gains.farm V2. However, the GFARM token was split 1,000 times and renamed GNS, Gains token. The model was also adjusted to use DAI as collateral. If the user makes a profit, they can still withdraw directly from the treasury as before. But if the user loses money, it is used to repurchase GNS and destroyed when the treasury is over-collateralized, over 110%. The Gains team also realized that marketing, especially community marketing, is crucial, even when the project is still in development. We prioritize development itself, but this is an ongoing effort, so there is no expected completion time. So the team introduced a marketing team, who were early Gains users with a deep understanding of the project and believed in its potential. After a few weeks of explosive growth, Gains Network decided to continue iterating with V6, followed by numerous small and large iterations. Small iterations include optimizing various experiences, such as adding stop-loss and web chat functions, while large iterations include no longer using GNS as collateral after the Lunar Flash crash, and switching to DAI instead. However, the current form of Gains Network has finally been determined at this stage. So we'll skip over countless adjustments and introduce Gains Network's current model. All trades, from cryptocurrencies to leverage up to 1,000 times in Forex, use DAI as collateral and settle with DAI, with zero slippage for each transaction. The counterparty for trades is the DAI treasury. The trader's collateralized DAI remains in the contract, and if the trader makes a profit, they withdraw DAI from the treasury, while if they lose, the corresponding collateral is deducted and put into the treasury. So the question arises, wasn't Gains Network's initial focus on all business revolving around the platform token? It seems that GNS is not needed in this case, but the Gains team has found a consumption scenario for it. 40% of market orders and 15% of limit orders fees are distributed to the GNS unidirectional staking pool, accounting for approximately 32.5% of Gains revenue. Another crucial scenario is the DAI treasury buying back GNS and destroying it. The premise for this is that in the long run, traders are expected to lose more than they gain. The house always wins, so the money lost goes into the DAI treasury, which then buys back GNS and destroys it. Looking back now, Gains Network had bubbles and vulnerabilities in its early days. However, through continuous product iteration and active communication with the community, it ultimately eliminated the bubbles and vulnerabilities in the process of moving towards a growth flywheel. In the previous week, the crypto market faces the USDC and DAI depeg FUD. Many speculators worried that gTrade would be impacted with its DAI-focused vault, and hence the GNS token fell 20%. However, the team tweeted immediately regarding their mechanism, and the price of GNS has indeed trading well above the weekday opens. So how do you think about Gains? Strictly speaking, Gains Network is not the most professional derivatives exchange, but that's okay. Iteration and community are the source of vitality for crypto products. Also, with more and more partnerships onboarded, I believe we could see more excitement with Gains Network in the coming days. You are now watching our Galaxy channel, where I believe Web3 is everyday changing our galaxy. Last year, I created our Galaxy DAO hoping to experiment a fully community-driven NFT democracy. Very soon, Lunar crashes and FTX fell down, but I have not stopped learning from my new Web3 job. If you like the video, feel free to support and become one of our Galaxy pioneers. Each Pioneer NFT will be increased $0.001 ETH per mint. And you get 25% cashback from the next sales. You can read the full mint guide in the link below. Remember, investing in cryptocurrency and blockchain is highly volatile and comes with significant risks. It is important to only invest what you can afford to lose and to always do your own research before making any investment decisions. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Thanks for watching.